Buongiorno. Ugh, made me cringe immediately. I'm contemplating whether to start a new series on this channel, where I do film reviews, because I want to start watching more films, because I've realised I tend to rewatch a lot of stuff, mainly TV shows that are my comfort TV shows. The Office, Parks and Rec, IT Crowd, Doctor Who. And yeah, I feel like my film knowledge is lacking a lot, and there are a lot of films that are classics that I've not watched. For instance, Forrest Gump and The Godfather. And I feel like if I want to go into acting and if I want to go into film, I need to have that knowledge. So yeah, each week I'm going to try and watch a new film and give a little review about it. I also would like to give a huge shout out to Yelly, my friend, who convinced me to get Letterbox, and that's really encouraged me to start watching a lot more films. So yeah, Yelly, thank you, because I've kind of based my scoring system off Letterbox. So yeah, I'm gonna get cracking, I think. And before we do, I'm just gonna have a chocolate from my calendar. It's January. I got this calendar because I'm a bit of a Grinch, and I wanted to be like, this year I wanted to enjoy Christmas. And so I was like, maybe if I get a calendar, I might encourage myself to be like, yay, Christmas. Don't work in retail if you want to enjoy Christmas, just don't. It's not worth it. So yeah, I opened it the first couple of days and then I've left it. And so like today I've just been opening it and eating the leftovers, which is most of it. So number 18 is Christmas pudding. Cool. Let's get cracking. The film that I watched first, that was on my letterbox watch list, was His Three Daughters, directed by Azazel Jacobs. The leads were Carrie, Coon, Natasha, Lyonne, and Elizabeth Olsen, and it's released in 2003 and has a runtime of 104 minutes. I gotta say, I was going into it, I didn't really know what to think. I knew it was going to be a drama. I thought it was going to be very slow paced, and I don't know, I'm never really that interested with dramas. I mean, I love performing in them, but watching it sometimes I just feel like the pacing is never that good, that it doesn't like grip me straight away, or it just, my attention just flies away. But I really enjoyed this film. I really liked it. I wrote down what I thought I liked about it. But I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I'm trying to think what I wrote about it on Letterbox. I think I just made some... I'm not really serious on my Letterbox, to be honest. I just kind of write the first thing that comes to my head. I'm like, yeah, post that, bitch. Yeah, this is what I wrote. I don't know what made me watch this. I just saw it and clicked it, which is so true. I'm so glad I did. I am. It was beautiful and poetic, with incredible acting from the 3 leading ladies. Just, it felt like everything and nothing happened all at once. Yes, this is what interested me when I was like thinking about why I liked it so much, because the pacing was just right, I thought, to keep me interested. And it felt like everything was happening, but then nothing at all. And I think I put... No, I didn't. But to me, I feel like this is kind of shown what grief is like, or that lead up to grief, kind of the lead up to knowing the inevitable. and it feels like everything is happening but nothing is happening. You're kind of in that liminal space. That's what I got from it. Back to this. I wasn't bored or distracted because something about this film kept me morbidly intrigued. I think it was these three things: the writing, the cinematography, and the performances. The writing felt theatrical. I saw someone write that review that it felt theatrical, and that's why they didn't like it. But for me, I liked it because it felt theatrical. It kind of just had a sharpness to it, and it felt, I feel like the writing was noticeably different to normal screenwriting scripts, and that's kind of why I was like, whoa. Because that opening monologue by Carrie Coon, it hooked me instantly. And the framing of it was just her sitting there against the wall, and she was like bombarding you, but also very softly and like very passive aggressively, and you're like, am I being lectured here, or is she just talking? Like, what's happening? It got me straight away. And I did kind of think, I was like, this feels familiar. And I think it was because of how theatrical the writing felt. But for me, I loved that about the writing. So yeah, the writing, cinematography, and performances. The writing felt theatrical, natural yet natural, advancing yet stagnant. It had a mundane poeticness to it that made it welcoming and familiar to hear. Yeah. The cinematography, it felt simple but was effective, capturing the colours, angles, and spaces that reflected the beginning of grief, the absence to come. Yeah, because it was like in the middle when it's getting closer to the father's death. I should have given a synopsis about this. Damn. Basically, 3 daughters go back to their dad's home, even though is she the youngest, oldest child? One of the child, Natasha, Lyonne, Natasha. Her daughter, her character lives there with her father, so she didn't go back. She was already living there. But the other two, Carrie Coon's character and Elizabeth Olsen's character, go back to the house to take care of their dad whilst he's dying. He's kind of in a hospice in the house, and the doctors come in like trying to gradually let him die, kindly, safely, without pain. And so they're kind of just there waiting for the inevitable to happen. Yeah, I probably should have given a synopsis at the beginning, but it's fine. But yes, what I was saying, in the middle, around, I don't know, halfway of the film, I just really remember it because it was just so simple but kind of so effective in showing the emptiness of the house, but also of the family and the relationships between the daughters, because they don't have a very good relationship. They all have different mothers. I don't think Natasha's character is actually biologically his daughter, but he kind of adopted her from, I think, his brother. So there's kind of this thing between Carrie Coon's character and Natasha's, where Carrie's character is like, you're not our sister, he's not your father, he's our father. Girl, come on, no. Yeah, and it was just these shots of the house that are kind of empty, just like of the sofa and out the window, and then like the street below, and it's all empty, and I was kind of like, it was just so simple, but I just clearly see it in my mind. It's really stuck with me. I don't know why. And back to this, and the performances were stunning, simply stunning. Coon, Lyonne, is it Lyonne or Lyonne? Lyonne. Next video I will correct it. And Olsen look like different people, and I know that's the point of acting, but it really happens, and I really think that. I think it really happens where you see the actor literally go into the character. Like Elizabeth Olsen, I was like, oh my god, I was blown away. It was someone else on Letterbox, but it's so nice to see Olsen away from the Marvel project. And as much as I love her as Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, there's just this character just really reminded me of how much of an amazing actress she is, because she was that daughter. She wasn't Elizabeth Olsen. It was, Just gorgeous to watch. I wish I could act like that, I really do. And they were also vibrant in their delivery. Again, I very much agree with that. I wish I could act in a film like that, act with them. A rare film, gorgeous. That's the end of my review. Yeah, it was just like a gorgeously poetic film about death and sibling relationships and kind of the build up to the inevitable, how you deal with that, kind of mending the broken when things are falling apart. Yeah, I really liked it. Again, I like I said at the beginning, I'm not really one for dramas and like family dramas and all that, and I don't know why I clicked it. I don't know why I watched it, but I watched it, and now I'm in love with it. I genuinely think it's one of my favorite films I've watched for a long time. I changed my letterbox like 4 films. I added that. I got rid of, I'm so sorry, Muriel's Wedding, but I just was like, girl, his 3 daughters are taking the place. You're still up there, but just not number 4. Yes. One second. There was also this, basically they wheel the dad out of the ring. You don't see the dad until like the last 15 minutes. Like, I didn't think we were ever going to see the dad. You just kind of see the opening to his room and that's it. And you hear them talking to him, but you don't hear him because he's kind of basically comatized. And then they started wheeling him out and I was like, oh, we're seeing the dad. And he's there and he looks very fragile and very ill. And he wants to go in his favourite chair. And they put him in his chair. I was like, oh, they're all there. And they're like taking a photo with him. And they're like hugging him, laughing, loving him. I'm like, this is really cute. And I was like, I bet you he's going to die right away because he's kind of having the strength to see all his daughters together. And he's going to die. This is a big spoiler. So if you don't want to know the spoiler, just, I don't know, go forward like a minute or 2 minutes to be safe. So yeah, he's sitting in the chair and then he gets up and he starts walking around and he starts talking. And I'm like, no, dude, you're on your deathbed. You nearly died earlier. There's no way you're doing this. I was like, this is in his head. But then it kept going on. I was like, oh, maybe he's just really found the strength to get up and talk to his daughters. He's kind of saying like how much he loves them and like what he loves about them and how he wants them just to be sisters together again. And it kept going on. I was like, this is a lovely thing to say. I know he's going to die after this, but this is lovely. And then what do? They do a little cut. They do like a little cut scene / moment. And you see him sitting in the chair, dying. And I was like, I knew it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, and then he was like, then you cut back to him standing at the window again where he was talking to the daughters and he's like, wait, what's happening? And then it cuts again to him dying and then he cuts back to him standing at the window kind of realising that this is all in his head. And I was just like, no, he wanted to say all that to them and it was in his head and now he's dead and he's dying. I was kind of like, I knew it, but how dare you fool me to think that I didn't know it and then you did it. Just fair play. Gotta give it to them. But yeah, I'm gonna read to you. I've picked 3 reviews from Letterbox that I really like, that I feel like capture just my thoughts about it. I couldn't be bothered to write in here, so I got scrap of paper, just like me. Okay, first review, which is the most liked review apparently, with 2,993 likes. This is by Amanda the Jedi. They watched it on September the 12th, 2023, and I gave it 4.5 stars with a little heart next to it. And then they and they wrote, his 3 daughters, my 3 mummies. And you know what? I agree. I cannot disagree any more than that. Yes. Second review. Sorry, I keep thinking someone's walking past the window, like just going like this, but I think I'm just losing my mind. Second review by Theo with 2 exclamation marks. They watched it on 20th September 2024 and they gave it 3 stars and a heart. And it got 2,434 likes. And they wrote a quote from the film, which, yeah, is a memorable quote. I think it said by Natasha's character. Why can't I remember the characters? One of them's called Christine. Yes. The quote is, married a few crazy bitches, raised a few crazy bitches. Fair play to him, fair play to them. Chin chin, you know. And the final quote. This is by NDC3 2002. They watched it on the 10th of September 2024 and they gave it 4 stars and a heart. And they wrote, and I could not agree more with this, like straight into it, this is what I felt. Just got verbally assaulted by Carrie Coon for 100 minutes. Yeah. Which was brilliant acting though. Like Carrie Coon, I kind of knew about her, but I didn't really know about her. And I watched this and now I'm just like, she is amazing. And that got 1,680 likes. I think that deserves more because I agree very much. Yeah, so that's my little review for his 3 daughters. I definitely recommend watching it. Really, go and watch it. It's a lovely film. A little bit heartbreaking. I didn't cry, but I can see why you would cry. Why? Am I American? No. Why? Yes. I think for my next film, I should have looked at what I had on my watch list. That's fine. I mean, I did watch at the weekend as well. Dead Don't Die. Something like that. It's got Bill Murray and Adam Driver and it was in 2019. All I'm gonna say, what the hell? Like, you had a stellar cast. You had an okay concept. Like, it's a zombie film at the end of the day. They've all been done before, but like, they're interesting most of the time. But how do you make it boring? How do you make a zombie film boring? Like, there was no pacing at all. Like, the only thing I can give the film is that it gave me a Scottish Tilda Swinton. Samurai wielding sword, Tilda Swinton. That's all I can give the film. I don't like to speak badly about films because I know how much effort goes into making films. But like, really? No. But anyway, I don't want to go over 20 minutes because that's going to be long and boring. Maybe the next thing I should watch is Forrest Gump. Maybe I should just watch Forrest Gump. I don't know why I haven't watched it. I feel like I'm scared of watching it because everyone's hyped it up so much and then I don't know why I'm talking so fast. What if I watch it and it's not as good as people say? I don't know. But I feel like I should because I've gone to the Bubba Gump restaurant twice now. I've got a golf ball from there. I've ate their gumbo. Why haven't I watched it? I'll watch it. That can be my next film. That will be my next film. Yeah. Why do they make it so difficult to open? It's a star. Yay. Star. Eat. Yeah. So watch Forrest Gump. I'm fed up with myself now. I don't know how you guys are watching because I'm fed up. I'm really fed up. Forrest Gump. If you want to see my really bad reviews of film on Letterbox, my name is Aimeeeegosh. So it's Amy, it's like AIM. I think it's 4 E's. AIMEEEE. And then gosh, like GOSH. Like I take the like grading of the film very seriously. The comment underneath, just literally the first thing that comes to my head. But it's there. If you wanna give me a follow, if you're bored, if you wanna read random reviews, then yeah. If you wanna follow me on YouTube, they say subscribe, don't they? If you wanna subscribe to my YouTube, why not? I might be having a mental breakdown by the next one. Who knows? I don't. I also have Instagram. Again, it's a mess, but we thrive. 2020 thrive. We continue. We keep going. We keep going. Didn't spill it down me that time. So yes, next week I will be back and I will be watching Forrest Gump. I will have watched Forrest Gump, and maybe I'll be a changed person. Maybe this is what I need in my life, to watch Forrest Gump. I think it is. I think it really is. I'm ready to be a new person. Yeah. Okie dokie. Thank you very much for watching.